When quick projects go wrong.
Just supposed to be 2 screws. Go in quickly. Come off easy. Yada, yada, yada. I'm changing an idle control valve. There's this doohickey right here. And this thing's been idling rough. And I'll go in here and whack it. And it'll start idling good again. So, yeah, the valve's bad.
So you're going to thwack it a few times? That's what you're going to do?
No, I'm going to change it out so I can quit doing that. Just Phillips screw. 2 of them. And the kit comes with a gasket, so I am going to... Oh, I forgot to get the cleaning stuff. I need to get some...
So how difficult is that? Oh, just pops right off.
Push that in and pop it off. That's it.
Okay, I didn't know if it was going to be one of those difficult plugs.
Which I greased it, so I don't even need grease again.
Huh. Let me show you all here. Just dielectric grease. You used a little bit of that.
Yeah, I pulled this
dielectric
out before trying to clean out because it was idling rough before.
Oh.
I wonder. I brought a wrench just in case. It should be 10 millimeter if it's going to be something. It is. Because that bottom one's just hard to get to. With the timing belt cover.
Yeah, so it's a 10 millimeter bolt-headed screw, or
which you can't get.
Screw-headed bolt, however you say
which
that.
You can't get the thing in there because there's not clearance.
And no clearance. They're going to need a thin-walled ones, I guess, if you're trying to do it that way.
No. You need a shorter screwdriver.
Oh, need a stubby. It is fighting you every step of the way.
Yep, it should be easy. Screws backed out that far and it just won't back out anymore. Yep. I got a socket and a Phillips head.
Alright.
So.
Well, that works.
That's going to be the quickest, easiest way, and I'm running out of daylight really quick.
Yeah, we're trying to get this thing done PDQ, as you can see.
It rained all morning. Those are weird hex, odd-shaped screws.
Okay, Kia, what were you doing with this? That's kind of a strange one. Yeah, it kind of rained all morning this morning. Then it finally let up.
The bottom was stripping out.
Uh-oh.
Well, and I just broke the screwdriver off in it.
Huh.
Stanley, not a sponsor, and I don't necessarily want them to be a sponsor.
That was... Okay.
Because I've broken a lot of their screwdrivers.
Yeah, well, you regularly use your screwdrivers for things besides driving screws.
Oh, that one's not.
But still, that was kind of a, huh, that's something you see every day. And of course, you know, if you're having trouble, as per usual, you can suck it down with antifreeze and not.
Yeah, but
anti-seize, not anti-freeze. Anti-seize. Anti-seize.
That's not the problem with this one. The problem with this one is these screws are kind of self-tapping things.
Yeah.
So as you see, the threads were forced. They didn't pre-thread these, and that's what these were. They're threading. So they self-threaded in there.
It's kind of
yeah.
I'm trying to get in there, get y'all a good look. There we go, now we're going.
Alright, I got a bigger Phillips head. And it's biting enough to get this out. I'll put this one on top, put it back, and I can use a socket.
At this point, it seems like they threaded the bolt all the way through the engine, through the block, into the cab.
They wanted to make sure this thing was on there tight, that's for sure. And there goes the screw head.
Uh-oh.
But luckily it landed on a cross member that I can reach. This is what controls the idle. There's the part number if you can get it.
There we go. There we go. The part number if y'all need that right there.
Yep. But right now the Kia and Hyundai park site is down, so I got a $9 Chinese knockoff.
Yeah, we're going to try to use that for now.
It was actually better rated than the expensive one, so
Probably is the expensive one.
And I think it is. They all looked exactly the same.
Yeah. You know, like AC Delco does their things. OEM quality translation. Yeah, it's the $10 part that we're just charging you 4 times the price for it right now,
Only
and putting it in a different
have
box.
The sticker on the bottom.
Yeah.
I just realized.
Oh.
They have a different plug setup.
Yeah.
It's supposed to work. We will see. I cannot get this one. So everything else is the same. It's supposed to work.
Yeah. We'll find out.
I hope it does. Everything matches up.
Oh, and before I forget, happy Hallow Thanksgiving Miss Day,
Veterans Day.
Year's Eve, to all you retailers out there who don't believe in celebrating separate holidays anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know who you are, the ones out there putting Christmas decorations up in July, Halloween decorations up in June.
And having them down before the end of September.
Yes.
And this thing had a gasket. Like I said, just line the gasket up. And you want to use the fat Phillips on these screws. That's made a big difference. Even though the screws seem to be a stronger metal than this Phillips head.
Size 3, I think that's called.
Yeah. I got a new air filter finally, too.
Yep.
And that'll go on in order to shoot that.
No, yeah.
I'm going to clean the O2 sensor again, too, because, yeah.
Yep. And hopefully the O2 sensor is still okay.
Well, that's great.
Huh. Well, that's something.
Broke the bolt off. That's not good.
Understatements of the century. Did it snap off inside there?
I hope not.
Or inside there?
Note to anyone doing this, get new machine bolts.
Good Lord.
I'm going to back that one out. And hope I can get a pan of channel locks on that. As the sun goes behind the trees.
Yeah, it would have been something if he had was forcing it in and destroyed it, but he
and there goes
like that one.
The bit, who knows where.
It's fired.
Because it's non-magnetic.
Mm.
So there it is. Good eyes. And the fading light. If I had tape. Trick, you can tape this to the socket. I recommend doing that.
Yeah. So there's random advice for you. You could tape your bits to your sockets and this.
When they're not magnetic, so they won't stay, even if they are.
Yeah. Helps for situations like this.
The good thing is I see threads, so I just need a pair of pliers. And I'll get a pair of machine screws.
Remember that bucket of copper washers we were talking about when he's changing the shocks out? The 5,000 copper washers he's got somewhere? Apparently he's got a bucket of machine screws there too.
I've got a bunch of different machine screws set up.
Yeah, and if you like Krazy Karl over here.
These self-threaders, don't run them again. These screws are one-time users because it's just eating it up and it's not threading in.
Yeah.
Put it in the box.
Yeah, I'm showing it off. As soon as it focuses, it's not focusing.
Oh, you can fight with that. I gotta get.
Yeah, but yeah, just get a new set of those.
Wrong size.
Wrong size.
Wrong size. These are the big ones.
All right, quick update. We're having to go replace those 2 bolts since basically both of them snapped off. Or one of them snapped off. The other one was eating into the metal. It was doing something weird. Carl will explain it later. But we're going to have to go back to Lowe's where we got something else we got earlier in the day from, not a sponsor. So yeah, see you on the other side of this one. Much fun. Lowe's, which is like 9 billion miles away. It's going to take us a little bit. Here we go. It's a couple hours later.
And a trip 40 miles away, so to get screws.
There's a 40 miles one way and then 40 miles back, but we're back in here with screws. Took a trip to an ice cream shop for a dessert because ice cream is awesome and we can't drink and drive, so ice cream's the next best thing.
I got bolts, I got screws.
Yes.
I ended up having to get all bolts and then double threaded just in case I couldn't get the bolts to work because they were completely sold out of every type of screw of the right length that was the right threading, 6mm thread.
Yeah.
Coarse machine.
6mm coarse machine, because you're probably going to need to buy more screws if you're doing this.
Yeah. Okay. Now, which I haven't do nuts, I did a bunch of washers so I can build this one up.
We also got the lighting set up too.
Yeah, I bought lights. And I said, let there be light, and there was light. Let's see, how much thread do I need?
Which again, I recommend getting screws when you get the sensor. Just go ahead and buy 2 screws with it because it's not going to come with it, and it's better to have these and not need them than need them and not have them.
And I would recommend getting Torx or Hex or something where you have a good sturdy driver. It'll take a lot of torque. But otherwise you're going to be buying, like I did, a bunch of washers so you can stack them. If I have to, I can do that too. I'll do that first. I bought nuts. I'll back a nut all the way up to the top of the bolt. And this is because I'm trying to get it so I can use a socket on it, and there's not clearance for a socket next to the sensor because it sits down there.
Yes.
So after I back that up, I'm actually going to need a longer screw. That's why I got a good variety. Sure, leave that on there. I'll get all this done, and I'll find out this doesn't even
work.
Doesn't even work.
Oh Lord.
They don't have the right one. This is supposed to work with it. The only place I could have possibly got the right one is currently not available.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't need that many.
Good Lord. 9,000 lock washers?
Nope, they're just regular washers. There we go. That should clear. And I did a double nut, so I've got plenty of purchase. That should do it.
Yeah. When you're at that point to say screw it, you get 9,000 lock washers, or 9,000 washers, and put it on a way too long of a bolt just to make it work.
I'm not causing problems, I'm making solutions. And this one, that's actually probably the right length.
Oh man. So we got one that's way too long, one that's just the right size.
Oh, and you know what? I bet you these are 8mm heads.
Yeah.
Because I don't have an 8mm wrench out here.
I would not be surprised. Get another good shot of this thing here. Look at how far that thing on the bottom sticks out. Not intentional.
Hey, no, they're still 10mm.
Hey!
Woo!
Party bonus.
For once, I'm putting a screw in that's still the same as the original as far as bolt size. Other way.
Would have been nice if we could find 2 of that same size of that top one.
Well, I could have got them, but the problem is I can't use. I was trying to get a couple of Torque heads or Hex heads.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any.
No, they didn't.
Okay, that's real reassuring.
What?
That's just spinning. That one's getting tight. That one. Spinny, spinny, spinny. Well, let's back it out and take some washers out.
Yes.
Swivel socket again because you can't get a straight line.
Yeah. It's always a good idea to swivel and extend and do what you need to do to get out of there so you can get a good grip.
There we go.
Without breaking your fingers and your knuckles and your hands. And
that seems good and tight.
Good and tight.
So that's good and tight. That's all on there.
All right. I'm kind of disappointed it didn't work as so extended, because that was absolutely ridiculously hilarious. It's still kind of out there.
Hey, but it works.
I love that. I love that.
Making solutions.
Yes.
And look, we have camera lights action for once we have
Yes.
a light on.
Yes.
We have lights now.
The advantage of using a cell phone for a camera. Please like, share, and subscribe so you
And
can
I
afford to
bought-
pay for
and I
professional
bought-
stuff.
I literally bought $20 worth of screws, nuts, and lights just to do this.
Yeah. By the way, Roller King is not a sponsor.
They should be, though.
They should
I
be.
buy an awful lot of stuff there.
We do. Oh Lord. They supplied half the crap for our channel for these cars.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I got an air filter to do now and an O2 sensor to clean.
Yeah. That stuff we probably won't record.
Well, probably not, but I just remembered I had to do it.
Yeah.
Although I will show off the filter if it's the right one. This is supposed to be the right one. And good grief, it's metal. Metal and rubber. It's got a big rubber gasket and it's got metal lining. It's a whole lot heavier duty than the one that's in it.
Good Lord.
And I did not set that alarm off.
No. We're nowhere near that alarm. Good Lord. I didn't even hear that alarm. Of course, it's me. I don't hear anything.
I had those a long time, but those weren't my heavy duty ones. I had heavy duty Craftsman. I think they grew legs because I haven't seen them since before any roommates moved in.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, they did not make it to Indiana.
I believe it.
I think they're still in Norcross somewhere, Georgia.
I believe it.
All right.
Well, considering where you lived, somebody probably stole them.
Yeah.
You did not live in a good neighborhood in Georgia.
Well, I only got into a shootout once.
Yeah. It's a good thing you always wore neutral gang colors.
If I'd looked more Russian, I probably would have been left alone.
Yeah.
And let's see if it starts. So far, the answer is no. Hey, it's started. It's idling.
That's a normal idle.
That's
First
a big
start.
improvement.
First start.
First start.
First start.
It's not real happy with all the cleaner that was still in there.
No.
I don't feel any air leaks. I don't see anything getting sucked in. It's cold enough, I can use my breath.
That's pretty ingenious. I never thought of that.
But yeah, it's not sucking anything in. That's sucking though. Oh, wow.
That's your air intake. It's
And
supposed to.
I know, but that's sucking a whole lot better than it was. So this thing's breathing a lot easier now.
Good.
And despite that being a $9 part and facing the wrong way and who knows where it was made or by who, it works. Because
And-
it's actually idling and I didn't have to slap it.
And despite the Rural King bolts, one of which is not like the other. Alrighty.
Ain't like the other.
Okay. So I think we should wrap this one up.
I think so.
'Cause I'm cold.
It's dark and it's cold.
Yes. Alrighty.
Alright, so
Thanks for hanging
next
out.
time,
Yes.
and as you can see, I do this as I have to because I have to drive this thing to Tennessee in the morning. So this has got a 300-mile trip tomorrow.
Yes. Wish him luck.
I'm fixing it now. If
Yeah.
you see a random video when I'm by myself, you know what happened.
Yes. Alrighty, y'all have a good
Next
one.
time.
You go first.
Who, what, where?
You go first.
Go first with what?
Say goodbye.
I said goodbye.
We keep saying it together.
All right. Goodbye. Till next time.
Y'all have a good one.
Look, I have a hood light now.
Like, share, and subscribe, please.
So long.